Sometimes you find yourself in familiar territory, but unexpected circumstances. And even so, sometimes you just gotta go beast mode. In this video, I'm playing Fortnite Duos with my friend Zori. We actually scheduled to play today, but ironically enough, I completely forgot about it whenever she told me, like, hey, you still down? So Zori, if you're watching this, oopsie. At the time that we were playing this, they had recently added the Zapatron to Fortnite OG. And also for some reason, we're zero gravity. Which gives itself its advantages, but I can't lie, it's kind of annoying. Anyways, I started off the game with a Zapatron and an SMG. And I saw one of the opponents here, so I decided to chase after him. Luckily, she wasn't carrying any weapons. I easily take her out. I tried taking her out with the Zapatron there. Now, I couldn't tell if that was Alpha from Power Rangers or some other thing. I literally said in the middle of the game, was that Alpha from Power Rangers? Now that I look back at it, it likely wasn't. Someone threw stink bombs. Luckily, the two shields that I find here were able to be given to me, since Zori had already found some shield. She knew I wasn't very confident that we were gonna win, and actually we had lost 2 previous games before this. Here I get jump scared by a crystal on top of the roof, and unfortunately my aim nearly gets me killed here, so I run away from the ally of the opposing team, and in a panic I threw down a porta-fort. And then I see him suddenly on the side here, and I try to quickly take him out. Unfortunately, I forgot to reload my SMG, so I just start kind of spraying and praying with the AR, and luckily it works. And thank God I had those bandages too. Also very lucky, I was able to find some mini shields out of this chest. As I'm healing, I kind of want to know y'all's opinions about this. Like, what do y'all think of them adding the Zapatron to this game and the zero gravity? Like, I want to know y'all's opinion. As somebody who didn't play Fortnite in the OG days, I can't say I'm too big of a fan of the Zapatron, but I can understand why people would be crazy hyped for it to return. As for the zero gravity thing, like I said, it could sometimes be annoying, but I found it to be pretty fun. It led to some pretty intense fights at the end of this game, you'll quickly see. Yeesh. Spend the majority of the first part of the game just trying to figure out what I want in my inventory. Sometimes I get reluctant to give up the Zapatron, and I don't think I ended up doing so. That shotgun I didn't have any shotgun shells. And for a while, I was kind of hesitant to ask, but I had to borrow SMG ammo from Zori. As I'm healing myself with the med kit, I hear people off to my left, unaware that there's somebody still in Fatal Fields, as Zori hears people more often in the direction of Salty Springs. So I decide to meet up with her and take action. And there, she finally she gave me some SMG ammo. And right here is where part of the chaos begins. Yet another crystal challenges me, and yet again she fails. But she did whoop my ass a little bit. And here I get some sneaky shots in on this guy, and then quickly take out his friend. Well, not so very quickly. I don't know where this Jade's ally was, but luckily for us, he was nowhere to be found. Here I was basically out of SMG bullets again. I was just scrambling around, unaware that there was some on the ground over there. I think by the time Zori ended up giving me SMG ammo again, she ends up giving me like 220 bullets, which is hilarious. And she did leave me some shields. So spend the next few minutes here just kind of healing myself. Thankfully, I only used 3 bandages because we found a med kit right there. And an SMG upgrade. Here I am again, scrambling for SMG ammo, and luckily she managed to give me some here, because I think she even said that she ended up swiping a lot of it. It's all good. Shit happens. I reluctantly dropped the med kit for the minis and hoping to go back to get the other ones that I saw on the ground, but unfortunately, they were far too into the storm. I had considered getting the drum gun, but I already had an AR. I didn't know what to drop for the drum gun if I would have gotten it, so I just ignored it. But I do end up getting a drum gun later in a panic. I vaguely see one of the enemies jumping onto the left over here. I'm not too sure what that other guy's doing. And this is the guy I end up getting the drum gun off of. And unfortunately, just like before, my aim fails. So yeah, if you came into this expecting me to kick ass a lot, I hate to disappoint you. Despite the amount of kills that I ended up getting, I didn't do all that well in terms of not missing my shots. And I'd just like to say this right now, I don't want to hear anyone talking crap about Zori. She's actually pretty good at this game. Here I was going to get the RPG myself because I had 200 metal, but Zori ended up buying it for me. And so I decided to drop the burst rifle for the drum gun. So I have the Zapatron, the drum gun, and an RPG in my inventory, along with some meds. It's funny because I didn't think this loadout would work, and yet somehow I managed to make it work. Freaking crazy. So we head over this way because there's people reviving each other through the bus. And this is where all hell breaks loose. Because there's currently 4 people in this area, and we cannot find them anywhere. And once we do find them, it gets a little bit crazy. I tried to do some parkour there to catch up with Zori. And that shot there was kind of a waste on my part with the RPG. But luckily, we managed to take out these guys here, though not unscathed. She even lets me have the purple RPG here. Thank you, my friend. I start to heal myself with the medkit when Zori alerts me that there's 2 people on the hill over there. I went back for the AR to get some range on these guys. So I see one of the guys on the hill, and luckily managed to tag one of them for 150 with the Zapatron. I'm moving closer to try to get some shots on the enemies at the hill, but unbeknownst to me, there's actually enemies right behind us. I don't really know what I was trying to do with that shot there. And it was at that part right there I realized that there's someone behind us. Luckily, I managed to take him out. I don't really know what this person was doing when she was hiding behind the crate there. I knew she was there. And that's when their ally gets some cheap shots on me. So it forces me to run away in a panic. And then I start to panic because two of them are using snipers. So I just, in a panic, ran away as Zori pushed the team on the hill. Unfortunately, the team that she was taking on alone ended up running away. I go for a shot on one of the flying enemies here, and I actually managed to hit a shot, but unfortunately I wasn't able to follow it up with a kill. And then I noticed the two sniping enemies running through the Cratesville, as I like to call it. And this is where the chaos sort of begins. It was hard for me to keep up after I shot that guy, because me and Zori decided to push. Luckily, she managed to hold her own for a while, and I tried to help with an RPG shot that unfortunately didn't do very much. This is where their spray and pray sort of comes into play here, because as they're moving all over the place, I'm unable to keep up with it in my rather slow reactions. Thankfully, Frybasker here was kind of a bot, healing out in the open like that, in the middle of a fight, nonetheless. But I'm unable to finish off his ally as he keeps squirming around like a little bitch. So to piss him off, I ended his teammate. I see him running away, and as I'm reloading my drum gun, I try to go after him. Thankfully, I managed to kill him, not in a losing effort. But unfortunately, I'm out of shield, and this person over here tried to boogie bomb me in the middle of him healing and reviving his ally. I unintentionally follow him into the rift, and I try to regroup with Zori, because I needed a safe place to pop the minis and probably heal myself with a med kit. Thankfully, Zori was just fine and she was just fighting the person in the bush. I try to get some shots in but missed quite a few, finishing them off right here on the roof. It was at this stage that my leg actually started shaking because of how nervous I was to lose the game. I tried to go back to get some of my loot, but I had no time as the storm was literally right there. One duo and a solo guy. I was very scared to lose this game. And actually, I even told Zori once this game was finished that if we ended up dying to the last person or the last team, I would have been pretty mad. Sanchez and Crumpets taking some shots at us, and I actually tried to snipe them with the Zapatron. Unfortunately, I didn't realize that the tree was in the way. While Crumpets fails to attack us with the grenade launcher, I read Sanchez's ambush from a mile away. I knew they were going to try and sneak up on us, so that's why I'm sitting here waiting for them with the Zapatron, while Zori deals with the supply drop. And thankfully, my suspicions were correct, and I'm able to knock out both of them, with a little help from my RPG. It was right here that my heart rate started going up, mostly because I was just so scared to lose the game. So I ditched the Zapatron in favor of the P90. I quickly pop a mini before grabbing the Chug Jug. My last mini, unfortunately. Unwisely, me and Zori decided to split up as I shoot an RPG into the truck because I suspected that the last player would be hiding there. Unfortunately, he managed to knock out Zori, raising my anxiety even higher. But fortunately for Spray and Pray, the drum gun had my back. I did the wrong emote here, but I was just a little bit too excited the fact that we actually won this game. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, be sure to give it a like. If you want to see me actually recording a game with Zori, then be sure to let me know in the comments down below. If you guys want to keep up to date with all my videos, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to receive notifications every time I upload. Also, I occasionally stream on Twitch, so be sure to follow me there at twitch.tv/purpleskater and join the Discord server in the description down below. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and hope you all have a very nice day. Bye-bye!